There's so much that's unwrapped here. That's Kody.
Sister Wives First Impressions, season 19, episode 6. And that is so funny that you went out and got all those presents. How many of his kids did he forget to call on Christmas? It's just Kody.
Robyn likes to wrap all the presents. A lot of work. So we're usually up way late.
That is just so sweet. I love that. Go fuck yourself. And then we go into Christmas with everybody else, and there was a lot of, oh, this is sad. This is the first Christmas that we're blah, 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 blah. No, it's not the first Christmas that it's like that at all. And honestly, if we keep just rehashing the same storylines, you can end the show and we could watch old seasons. So that would be great. Then Mykelti comes in, and that I could kind of understand is there's less chaos at Christmas when you have a big family. I used to have a big family. Now it's just me and my kids. It's a little different. But one thing I will say, as far as Mykelti and the way she comes off, and at 38 years old, you will realize there's nothing wrong with being yourself, even if your family cannot accept that. And you might look back on that time when you maybe with some regret from personal experience. Just throwing that out there. Be yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. Meri got to spend Christmas with people who seem to really enjoy her company.
Kody and I have made the decision that we are splitting up. There's absolutely no way, shape, or form that I would choose to spend Christmas with them. Why would I do that? That makes no sense. That will never happen. We're done. Our marriage is over. I'm not gonna just go be a third wheel.
Do you feel that? A great disturbance in the force as if a million voices cried out in joy and were not silenced. Good job! Good job. Side note, my goal in life is to be as unbothered as my dog when I make these. Ripley. Wanted to show you her cool new mullet, but she's sleeping.
I'm glad you guys like him.
He reminds me of Kody.
Oh, God.
Oh, fun.
It's true.
Tony clarifies what he meant and that Kody acts like a boomer. Now, I'm not going to go super into that whole boomer conversation they had because, quite frankly, I don't want to spend my afternoon in the comments clarifying what I said. Then the response, it just turns into a problem I don't need today, okay? But basically, most of them are Gen X. David is a boomer. Kody goes on to talk about how much he loved the 80s. Everyone else does. Then we start talking about Christine and David and kind of how them dating has gone.
I thought it was fine. I do, however, think you guys are moving so fast.
Agreed.
So fast.
I proposed to Tony before 2 months.
I'm not talking about you right now. I'm talking about Mom.
So I was with Isabel on a lot of this, including love, we are not talking about you. We're talking about Mom, because I have noticed that Mykelti really does turn everything back around to herself. And you've got to work on that, dude, because people don't like being around it. Again, back to that, you're going to look back on this and be like, what was I doing? Not to mention with Isabel. Now, we have the future context that this did work out with Christine and David. However, if I saw my friend in the same position or my mom or someone that I cared about, I would be saying the same thing because the things that are described, it sounds like love bombing. And that is worrisome. So you have to be able to parse those out, right? I know I have to say this so clear. Not everything that moves at light speed ends up not working out. But a lot of it does. Maybe you were the lucky one that it didn't. Christine was very lucky that it didn't. But these are things that maybe you should look at as red flags a little bit, especially in a new relationship if someone tells you I love you after a week. Anyway.
He just pulled me into him and we just cuddled. And I thought, everything is crazy all around us. And I'm like, so everything's going to be crazy all around us. But right here, we're going to be calm. And I legit felt calm for the first time in my life.
Now, my own personal cynicism aside, I literally, oh, hey, buddy. Oh, never mind. But my personal cynicism aside, I love love. I mean, those who can't do teach, you know what I'm saying? But just to see somebody and they're so happy and they feel so engulfed in this other person and they have this spark and this beauty between them. And it's just, oh, I love it. But in a totally tough kind of way, you know what I mean? Sorry, my internalized misogyny popped out. Just put that back in. Excuse me.
If Christine's wanting to date, she should have been dating, in my mind, it's whenever she felt like she was divorced.
Well, one, it's a good thing nobody cares what he thinks. And two, heck, she could have just started dating while you guys were still together like you did. That would have been so much fun. We'll see you at part 2 where we're going to talk about one of my least favorite things, PDA. I'll see you this afternoon.